Welcome back. All right, Chicago. So this is one of the larger portions of the collection. Apparently, it's interesting too because having the jerseys set up the way they are, where I have them separated by team, I always assume that some teams I have more of than others. I didn't realize how many Chicago's I've collected over the last couple of years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's 19 altogether, but it includes the Chicago Wolves. We'll get the Chicago Wolves out of the way first. So the Chicago Wolves, this is a set of jerseys that were sent to me by a subscriber. Believe he got a team discount with the Wolves and all of that. But either way, sent to me by a subscriber. And I will say this: the Wolves have the most terrifying looking mascot in sports. I still believe that. I know it's a world Gritty exists in, but there it is. Now the Wolves are an independent team. Right now they don't have a team they're affiliated with, and so yeah, I'll leave them with Chicago. I know the Blackhawks and the Wolves may not have a great relationship. It's okay. I don't think anybody will tell them that they're in my collection together. Certainly, if a member of the Blackhawks management or a member of Wolves management showed up at my door and said, we need those jerseys separated, I would at least consider it. Then there's the other Wolves ones, starting with this one here that I ordered from the AHL site. I love this. This is absolutely fantastic. Really like just the wolf face there in the middle. No puck or anything like that. I think the logo is a little bit simpler. Still terrifying. Still terrifying. But I like the colors. I think the colors are really, really nice. And I think that's a sharp one. So I'm glad I got that. And then I'm really proud of this one. So this one is clearly from when the Chicago Wolves were affiliated with Atlanta. And instead of with Atlanta, you have the bird-styled fringe stripe around it. On this one, it's paws, obviously. Wolf's paws. I like it. It's nice. Really, really nice. And it's not, the paws are just part of the jersey. They're not like added on or glued on or anything. But I was really proud to see this. I found this one on eBay, obviously used, but it's not bad. And it's right here, Chicago Wolves inaugural campaign. So that's from their first year. Not bad. And if anybody's wondering, well, what did you pay for that? Roughly $50. About that. And then it goes in the collection. And at some point in time, I'll find some excuse to wear it. Now, do I have Rockford? Yes. I have this. This is my only Rockford jersey. I haven't had a lot of reasons to wear Rockford, so I don't have the other Rockford jerseys that I've thought about ordering. I've thought about ordering the dark version of their jersey, but again, I don't wear Rockford very often at all, so it comes down to how often am I going to wear that, right? The Roadrunners ones are a different story altogether. Roadrunners jerseys are fantastic. These ones aren't bad. They're not bad, but again, very, very similar to Chicago's jerseys. And so, yeah, I just have the one Rockford jersey. Now, getting into Chicago territory, Blackhawks territory, I'm going to start off with a Mitchell and Ness jersey. Now, this one was sent to me, and Mitchell and Ness jerseys are a little bit divisive with fans right now, because very often with Mitchell and Ness, the colors may be a little bit off. Now, this design is inspired by the 60s style that was worn by the Chicago Blackhawks. The logo is quite different than the way it's made on any other kind of jersey. And so I didn't end up including this in the last countdown that I did, because I was like, well, I mean, do I include the Mitchell and Ness? Well, now that the NHL on the Fanatics site through NHLshop.com is selling Mitchell and Ness jerseys, I'm like, yeah, sure. All right. So there it is. The Mitchell and Ness version of their old jersey. And then we get into this one here is Heroes of Hockey. So this is a throwback to, doesn't this one give me the year as well? Bobby Hull, 57-58. So this one I got through, I want to say Full Moon Jerseys again. This is, again, the old logo, the way that it looked. It's very similar to the way it looks now. The number 9 and all that. And, of course, the C, the logo that we now have on the shoulder, was on the elbow at that point in time. So if you saw this coming at you, it meant you're about to take an elbow in the head, which with hockey played the way it was back in the 60s, probably was something to worry about. And I don't think it necessarily mattered which jersey, but at least with this one, you have the C to warn you it's coming. But yeah, so nice design. Obviously, Chicago hasn't done a lot with it because they don't really need to. This isn't a team that needs to make major changes to their look, to their logo, or anything. Now, a couple other throwbacks I have in here. We'll do this one first. So I'm going back to the 1920s, 1930s. This is a Team Classics jersey, and this is how Chicago's logo used to look. And black jerseys and all that. Now, this is odd, the C that's in red and all that, but sea of red, right? But yeah, so Calgary, patent pending. But yeah, I don't mind this. This is fine. Interestingly enough, also have in the collection a similar, not that one, right here, this one, a similar design from around that same time period. Lots of stripes on this one. Interestingly enough, I don't have, and it's funny because I used to play NHL games, and obviously I'd switch out what the Hawks wore. The Hawks actually had a jersey that had the number on the front, the number on the back, and didn't have a logo on it, and I thought it looked really, really nice. I was like, that looks really nice and simple. There's something fun with that. So that's obviously not in the collection. That's not something I've ever seen re-released by the team or by any of the companies that work officially with the NHL. But I like this logo again. I think it's fine. This is actually a Chris Chelios. I think I got this one through Sports K. Sports K no longer has any of the classic jerseys. They all got bought up because, again, if you're looking for CCMs and Reeboks and you want to find them new, it's really slim pickings right now, unless you're buying fakes, which some people do. All right, so we'll get into a winter classic or two. So this one is from, now it's not actually labeled on it when it is from, but this is where things get odd. Because these are two different jerseys, two different specialty jerseys the Hawks used. And especially with this one, it's hard to tell how this is different from the regular jersey other than the C on the arm, right? And then this one also had the C on the arm. These are a couple years apart from one another. I think one's from 2013 and one's from 2015. One of them has Kane's name on the back. The other one has Hjalmarsson on the back. And yeah, they're very, very similar to the jerseys that Chicago wears anyways. It's one of those curiosities I have as to why do you keep giving them outdoor games and specialty games from a jersey perspective, just from a jersey perspective, because they don't really make huge changes. Again, the C's on the arm. The logo stays the same. This is a stadium jersey, and you've got the 4 stars there. And yeah, that's the stadium jersey. So there's that. Now there's another stadium jersey here as well. This is a recent addition to the collection. This stadium, of course, is of the shiny variety. Not a lot different from the other one. However, you've got the C back on the shoulder. It's a black jersey. Obviously, black jerseys work for Chicago. Like I said, they had black jerseys back in the 1920s and 1930s. So when I see them using black and I see people saying, well, Chicago shouldn't use black, they've used black before, including this third jersey. Now, this third jersey here, again, I got through Full Moon Jerseys. I think I paid $30 for it. It is an Andrew Shaw jersey. I think they still have them. Last I looked, they still have them. I do still check with Full Moon Jerseys, although they haven't had anything I don't have in my collection for some time because I bought everything. But yeah, so this one, I like the black, even though it does kind of wash out the hair. Like you've got the black hair, the black jersey, and it can kind of wash it out a bit. But I mean, if that's your number one complaint about a jersey, right? All right, so that being said, I want to talk about this one next. Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not, okay, so let's move this back here. I don't want to be grabbing the same ones twice, although technically I just did. So I just did the New Jersey video before this one. It's part of the reason why I'm doing Chicago now. The striping is very, very similar to the Chicago, or to the New Jersey Devils jersey. The striping is almost identical. The colors are the same, just the jersey has red in it. And surprisingly, this doesn't, other than the years in here of the Stanley Cup. So 1934, 1938, 1961, 2010, 2013, and 2015. And of course, this being a Winter Classic. They end up using this as a third for a while there too. I don't mind. I will say it's all chain stitched. This logo is all chain stitched. I really appreciate the amount of work that goes into Chicago jerseys. That I know the home and aways, they're all homemade, or handmade, the logos themselves. And so, yeah, nothing but respect for that. All right, so let's get into the home and aways. I'm keeping it simple. I'm not including where the white stripe goes all the way around the neckline because Chicago fans got mad until the team changed it. Same with the white ones with the red. Although I didn't see as much talk about the white jerseys having the red outline all the way around. But this is the updated version where they fixed it, which had a tag attached saying "Stop whining." So I'm surprised. Just kidding. I didn't think it was that egregious. I remember seeing a lot of, oh, it looks like a toilet bowl, and thinking, so do all the other teams look like toilet bowls that have the color go all the way around? Anyways, so they fixed it. I think people are generally happy, and this is the iconic look. This traces right back to the 70s. They haven't changed it. They're not going to change it. I really don't think that's ever going to change. And again, you've got the beautiful chain stitching on the shoulder, chain stitching on the logo here. Something that I wasn't aware of the difference between the replica Hawks jerseys and the authentic Hawks jerseys until one of our subscribers sent me his Blackhawks jersey so that my wife could do some repairs on it. And once I saw that chain stitching, I'm like, I need that. That needs to be a jersey I own. So I got them the home and away. And yeah, that was pretty immediate. So when we get into the reverse retro, first off, you've got this one, which, as you can see, was a throwback to the old 1920s, 1930s, and so was this. Both of these throwbacks to that same era. There's a lot more black in it than you have on their regular jerseys. You've got the main logo on the shoulder, which is the same as the logo they currently have on the front. This one, of course, saying Chicago. That way, if you're on the ice wearing this and you get a hit that leaves you a little bit stunned on the ice, you can look down and go, "I'm Chicago." So, and of course, if they're against Detroit, then you got Red Wings going, "I'm Detroit." Well, I'm Chicago. So, take that, Detroit. But I will say this one I think is the superior of the two. I honestly, I've always thought this is kind of a nice looking jersey. Pretty simple, more simple than the jerseys they wore during the era this is based on. This one, of course, there's a lot of consternation about how much it looked like the Detroit one, which I covered 2 videos ago on this playlist. And yeah, it is very similar. But these things happen, and Detroit and Chicago had similar jerseys at one point in time in their history. When everybody had the barber pole design, somebody looked at that million stripes and said, we need to have as many stripes as possible on a jersey. That's what's going to make it really sharp. Of course, they were all sweaters at that point, and that's a debate for another time. So there you go. Chicago Blackhawks. And again, including the Chicago Wolves. So apologies to people who don't want the Chicago Wolves included, but it seems like it's the only place where I can put this. I will be doing a video during this collection series on the NHL affiliated jerseys that I own. But yeah, I mean, the Chicago Wolves, still an AHL team, not officially affiliated with anybody, and this seems like the best place to put their jerseys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.